Good afternoon, accelerators. It's Mindset Monday. It's the first day of February, and I am wearing red because February is the month of love. So I'm speaking to you today from the heart. We're going to talk today on Mindset Monday a little bit about self-sabotage. It's not a very positive topic, but hopefully I'll be able to give you some tips and tricks that will help you overcome any inkling of self-sabotage that you might be participating in your life. Last week, we talked about self-image, how you see yourself, and self-concept, which is kind of the overall feeling that you have as you head out into the world about your strengths, your weaknesses. Okay, value everything you feel about your positive and negatives and feelings about yourself. That's self-concept. Self-image is how you feel, how you see yourself. When you look at yourself from like outside, that's your self-image. So my question is, have you ever had trouble finishing a project that you know must be done? Self-sabotage refers to the behaviors or the thoughts that hold you back or hold us back and prevent us from doing the things that we want to do, or maybe the things that we need to do. And although the capacity for self-sabotage is almost infinite, some of the most common reasons for it are things like the following. Tell me if any of these ring a bell with you. You're bored. You prefer the immediate reward that you can get from answering an email, connecting on social media, picking up the phone, cleaning out a closet. Maybe you can't say no to other tasks or other people. That actually comes from our desire to be constantly helping and serving. You're worried about being an imposter. Like you're wondering, are you really the expert in doing what you want to do? Or are there other people that have more talent, more training, more education, more skills, more customers than you do? You need your work to be perfect. And that causes you to not even work on it at all because you know that getting it perfect is going to be an achievement that you can never accomplish because you're a perfectionist. You're afraid, whether it's of failure or maybe you're afraid of success. And then there's the procrastination individual who always says, I'll take care of this, but I'm going to do it later. Not today. I call it the Scarlett O'Hara mentality because she was always the one that said, I won't worry about that today. I'll worry about that tomorrow. So what I'd like to do is suggest that we end the self-sabotage. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in January going over our goals and plotting out a vision for the 2021 year. When I talk to my customers and my clients and the people that I network with, basically, January didn't really look any different than the previous year of 2021. People are still in lockdown, kids are still at home, businesses are still not doing as well as you want them to, and we're not all out and about getting together with social gatherings. So here's some of the things that you can do to stop self-sabotage, because things with COVID and the pandemic are going to continue. But there's enough going on in the world outside that you don't need to be your own worst enemy, okay? Life is filled with obstacles and challenges. Don't be one for yourself. First, understand how self-sabotage operates. Blame is a game that might seem to make other people more responsible, but it's also a game that you can really never win. So instead of looking to blame the fact that your life is or your decisions are the way they are, aim to become healthier. Secondly, give yourself exceptionally small goals. The key for exceptionally small goals is to make them very manageable so that you can have a quick win. People don't procrastinate because they're lazy. At least I don't. They procrastinate because the job that they've taken on is either too overwhelming, too painful, or too boring. Undertake tasks that make you feel better about yourself, okay? So although we all desire to be healthier in January, One of the things that you need to keep in mind is that the way that you're going to go about getting healthier should not be all negative. It shouldn't be about eliminating things from your life. It shouldn't be about denial. It shouldn't be about reducing the amount of things that you can eat or the type of exercise you can participate in. You want to have kind of a growth mindset so that if there are things that you enjoy that are going to lead you forward on a healthier lifestyle, keep those things. If the fact that you're going to be able to reward yourself with, new dress, new shoes, I don't know, buy a book on Amazon, and that's going to be your reward for accomplishing a goal, then you need to set those rewards in place. And if you don't enjoy it, whatever it is that you are putting off, then you need to figure out how to get pleasure in other areas of your life. Meditating doesn't do much for me, but I have found that I really like my weekly yoga. And now I'm doing stretching exercises to just help improve my flexibility and balance. And that actually makes me feel good. We talked about embracing a growth mindset. There are people that are in the mode of moving forward all the time, and that's a growth mindset. The people that want to stay with the status quo have a different mindset. In order for us to move forward and accomplish our goals and dreams and become happier people, if we're not happy at the present moment, we need to have that growth mindset. We need to look for the places where we can improve our own lives, and we need to take responsibility to be our own best friend. Lastly, and I am preaching to the choir, but stop multitasking. Develop strategies that will help you to not multitask. Why? Because every time that you multitask, there's a phrase called context shifting. You're actually losing pieces of productivity. And I've talked about this a lot in the past. You're losing pieces of productivity because it takes, your mind really can't process two things at once. It's impossible. So you think you can, so you start doing two things. You're answering email while you're on a Zoom meeting. You might be listening to a webinar. Your kids are talking at you from the other room. You might think that you're handling all those things really well, but what's happened is that you've actually taken your focus off of one thing. You've split that focus in half. You've lost minutes or seconds of productivity in order for you to shift to the next thing, all right? The more you multitask, the more you're context shifting, and the more seconds and minutes of productivity you're losing every day. So set a timer, work on the things that you need to work on for the time until the timer goes off, and then change your focus to a different task, okay? Getting some accountability will help you. If you have a really good friend that can tell you you're self-sabotaging, or Diane, you're being your own worst enemy, if you have somebody that you have that sort of relationship with, that you can share your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions with, that's really good. Because if they can reflect back to you that you're doing this yourself and it's not really brought on by the world around you, you're going to be one step closer to being able to solve the problem. Understand that everybody deals with some level of negativity. You're not alone in feeling that things are hard. You're lonely. Business isn't any good. You have financial crises. Believe me, there are hundreds of thousands, millions of people that are in the same place as you are, and that doesn't make you feel any better. I know that. But in order to continue moving forward, you have to realize that you're in a specific, special place to be able to impact people with your skill set, your know-how, your talents. And the best way to get that out there is to surround yourself with other positive people. Don't let anybody else keep you small. Move forward in your business, and I'll see you next week.